next speaker is from the Tokyo Weekender, and unfortunately, Ray couldn't make it today. He had a personal engagement with family, and so Alex Brooke is going to be introducing the Weekender's information. So I'll just get everyone to give a big hand to Alex.
Everyone. Hello.
Yeah, it's not a mic, it's just a translation. Yes, you speak loudly.
Hello. I'm going to do my presentation in Welsh today. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Does this clip here? Well, I only had one bit. Okay. Okay, no worries. Okay, hello everyone. My name's Alex. I work for Weekender Japan, Tokyo Weekender magazine. Please put up your hands if you've heard of the magazine. Note to self by the sales manager. Okay, right. Okay, which is me actually. Tokyo. Today what I'm going to talk about, I'll tell you a bit about the Tokyo Weekender magazine. I'm going to give you some personal observations about how green issues are portrayed in the media, how people are listening to them or not. Maybe some interesting topics may overlap with us. And finally, what was my last point? I'm going to talk about what we're doing within that context as a magazine and talking about green issues. Okay. First of all, Tokyo Weekender magazine, this is our webpage, weekenderjapan.com. This was a magazine that started in 1970. I believe it's the oldest English language magazine in Tokyo. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
It is, yeah.
It's been going since 1970. It's basically aimed at expats living in Japan. It's basically a lifestyle magazine with various... Okay. It's a basic, these are the kind of the topics we're talking about. We've got all kinds of things here for basically expats there. Yeah, that's good. Eco Tokyo, yeah, thank you very much. Okay. So, what I'm going to talk about is just some of my personal observations now about green issues and how they're portrayed in the media. Basically, it's a bit rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yeah, and let me define what I mean by rubbish. Generally, the term green or eco has been somewhat overused in media. Everybody was talking about it, and all you needed to do was cover your Hummer in green and it looked cool, and everyone would buy it. But I think my personal observation is green has been used too much, eco has been used too much. People are a bit cynical and they're listening a bit less, and there are various kind of reasons because of this. I think maybe greenwashing, people are a bit sick of seeing maybe advertisements of cars driving through forests. It's like, yeah, it's a hybrid car, but how does that help the environment? Copenhagen, that was a bit sad. I think some people are a bit tired of being told to switch off lights. When new coal power fire stations are being made every week in China. Not to be mean particularly to China, but those kind of issues, I think people are starting to switch off. And of course there's the whole debacle with the IPCC and all that stuff too. And I think people are starting to listen a little less. So I think it's a bit of a crisis at the moment, and to be really honest, with our own articles, Eco Tokyo, we want to change that. We don't want to talk about eco anymore. It's, again, the term's being used too much. We want to take a more integrated approach and basically kind of integrate that with more social issues, basically us, like what's happening. It's good to reduce CO2, but basically we need to talk about social justice, social responsibility, poverty, education, and also sustainability, which I think is a very, very important thing, and that maybe it's not being ignored, but I think it's not being focused on that much. And I think there's also too much emotive journalism. The science seems to have been slightly that's not exactly true, but the perception is, I think, that the science has been muddied. So I think, moving on to my last point, and this is moving on to the discussion that we're going to have in our group, is how can we improve this? How can we be better journalists? How can we write about these issues that is actually meaningful and stuff gets done? Because switching off lights is great, but what else? Okay, so finally, as our last speaker was talking about listening, I'd be very, very interested to hear your points, listen to what you have to say, and as someone who works for a magazine, I want to hear what you want to read about. So, yoroshiku, onegaishimasu.
Thank you very much, Alex. Okay, this is a little bit of self-promotion. You may see this Green Networking Makes Green Leaders. If you look very closely, that's actually my name. So, sorry. But we're promoting the Green Leaders. This was a discussion about how to promote yourself. And the best way I think to go about it is by participating in these kind of events, volunteering, and getting involved, and that's what this article was actually about. So I talked a little bit about this Green Leaders Forum as well. So we're promoting for everyone's benefit. Yeah. And, sorry. Our next speaker today is going to be, the room number. Thank you very much. Yep. The room for Tokyo Weekender and Alex will be room number 8. So lucky and great.